Welcome to the Double R Show, the podcast that features everything about North Lincoln County. The Double R Show, directed and produced by Paul Robertson and hosted by the voice of Lincoln City, Roger Robertson.
Welcome to the Double R Show. Double R here along with son Paul, and today new faces, new voices to fill in some very important positions in Lincoln County.
Yeah, we got some new leads, right? New leads in the community to follow. Yeah, some new leads to follow.
And we've had the opportunity to meet all three people, and I have enjoyed the immediate reception from them.
Yeah, I know. It's great. Yeah, we're excited to present our listeners to these folks and look forward to a good show.
And that'll be coming up right after this.
Starship, featuring Mickey Thomas. Saturday, March 1st, Chinook Winds Casino Resort. Starship. Tickets are on sale now at ChinookWinds.com, Chinook Winds box office, or by phone at 1-888-MAIN-ACT. The journey continues. Starship, featuring Mickey Thomas. Chinook Winds, where concerts are better at the beach.
Well, we have a new doctor in the house, if you will. The Oregon Coast Community College has just hired a brand new president for the fine establishment we have here in Lincoln County. Dr. Marshall Mies Roche is our newest president. Congratulations and welcome, Doctor.
Well, thank you so much. What a privilege it is to be a part of this organization and to be on your show.
Tell us a little bit about your background, what you're bringing to the table here in Lincoln County.
Sure. Well, one of the things that I'm really most passionate about is CTE, which is Career Technical Education. So my previous role at Chemeketa, I was the executive dean of all of the career technical programs that we had at the college. And one of the things that is really important to me is that I've obviously, because the community has graciously passed the bond to help us expand our career technical offerings here, I'm really excited to be a part of contributing to the new design of the building that we're going to do, and then, of course, some new programming that we can bring out here to the coast.
And it will be quite a program that you are bringing out to the Oregon coast, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, we're evaluating what we're going to be bringing, but it's going to be very much in line with what our community partners are telling us are the greatest needs to serve the community. One of the things that's really important to us is creating opportunities for students to actually be trained and learn here on the coast so that they can then stay on the coast and continue to contribute to the community with jobs here. So that's going to be our focus.
And it is my understanding there is a significant demand for the positions that you're training people for.
Most certainly are. Nursing, one of our largest programs. We have a wonderful welding program. And there's those kids are getting jobs, and we're really, really happy. I shouldn't say kids. We have all ages in the program. I guess when you get to be my age, everybody looks like a kid, right? But they lot of young folks getting trained and staying right here and working in the community. So it's wonderful.
So you bring that type of philosophy to the table here in Lincoln County. That is exactly what is needed at this point in time, correct?
We certainly think so at the college, and our voters have told us the same by voting to support the bond. So yes.
And the voters not only voted to approve, they unanimously, if you will, voted to approve. It's not something that was marginal victory, if you will.
It was a very strong showing, and, it was a real vote of confidence for the college and also, a mandate from the community to say, hey, we see the need, and we're willing to invest in the community college to then hopefully respond to that need, and that's what we intend to do.
Okay, so what is the next step as far as the building of that facility? Where are we at in that process?
Yeah, glad you asked. So currently what we're doing is we kind of have two tracks of thought. We're looking at, number one, the facility, and then, of course, number two, along with the facility, creating all of the upgrades and things that we need to our existing infrastructure, but then also the program side of things. So right now, We have decided on a company that we're working with to manage the bond project.
Mm-hmm.
And then our board just approved the architectural firm that we'll be working with. So right now we're in the discussion phases of what that building might look like, and then what programs we are looking at investing in that. We're not there yet. We're still having conversations with our community partners, with school district, with all the people that have a vested interest in that. And so kind of the important thing that we need to keep in mind, though, is that the space be very flexible for the different programs that we might be introducing. And then also that the programs are going to be in line with the building, and the building is in line with the program. So we have a system that we can move in and out of the facility based on the programs that we're going to be utilizing today and into the future as well.
And the future outlook would be what, Doctor?
Well, we're looking at least 20 years out for what
Okay.
we might be investing in. Now, of course, that does take somewhat of a crystal ball for us to try to anticipate what those needs might be. And that's where the community partnerships come into play, talking to our advisory committee folks and our industry partners.
I do know that you did mention that you're talking with the school district. This would be an adjunct to what they're already doing or may do in the future, right?
That is accurate, yes. We're very closely aligned with the Lincoln County School District. Dr. Tolan has been a wonderful partner to us at the college, the superintendent of the school district, and we continue to foster and increase that partnership.
As you open up that crystal ball that you talked about that you're going to have to look into, what else do you see in that crystal ball? Is there any other projects that you are thinking about at this point in time?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as with any facility, when you're running a facility, we're constantly looking to upgrade for us specifically, our educational spaces. So there's a lot of technology needs that are going to be coming that we need to respond to, and then a lot of infrastructure needs, control systems, HVAC systems, everything it takes to keep a building running and functional for our students. The other thing that we're looking at is really identifying some of those learning spaces and making sure that they are accessible to our students and meeting the needs of those specific programs that we offer in those areas.
I must say, I think you also bring to the table a sense of humor. Listening to you at the Chamber of Commerce luncheon last week, there is a sense of humor involved with what you do.
Well, I think that's just my personality. I appreciate you saying that. I do try to have fun with what I do, because if you're not enjoying yourself, then why are you doing it? The other thing, though, is I enjoy life, and I enjoy this new life that I've found now living on the coast. It's been life-changing for my wife and I to be out here, and we're so happy to be part of the community.
Welcome to the coast. We know that what you bring to the Oregon Coast Community College and the coast will be well received. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you very, very much for the opportunity.
Wouldn't it be great to have all your insurance needs handled by one agency? This is Charlotte Lado with Farmers Insurance and the Insurance Store. Visit our office next to the Wildflower Grill in Lincoln City. Let us be your one stop for your personal, commercial, health, and Medicare insurance needs.
Zantello Law Group has moved. I'm Josh Zantello, and our law firm is now located across from the Lincoln City Community Center on Northeast 21st. Our law firm of knowledgeable professionals stand ready to assist you in life's matters.
You'll find a book for every occasion at Bob's Beach Books. Something to read as you relax by an open fire? We have it. Studying a particular topic? We have that too. Traveling to a far-off land? Discover it first by reading. Bob's Beach Books in the Ocean Lake area of Lincoln City? Come discover.
Well, we need to say welcome. Welcome to Samantha McDonald, new GM of Chinook Winds Casino Resort. Welcome.
Well, thank you very much. I'm thrilled to be here.
Ireland lass you are.
I very much am. Born and raised, yes. I was there till I was about 19, and then they chucked me out. No, they didn't really. I left to travel the world after that, so love to travel.
How did you get into gaming coming from Ireland?
So I didn't even know what casinos were, honestly. So the first time I was even aware of a casino, I was working on a cruise ship. And I thought, what is that? That's for me. So I once I discovered what they were, I said, well, how do I get into that? Because that looks like a fun job. So I left the cruise ship and I went and trained up in Scotland, in Edinburgh, actually. We were just talking about Edinburgh. And was from then on, I just, went to different countries and really, really, really enjoyed the gaming industry. It's a fun, fun industry to work in.
Now, tell me the big difference between tribal gaming and the big casinos in Vegas, or is there?
Very much so. Very, very much so. So, I mean, I've worked in, I think this is probably my 23rd property, So I broke in as a dealer. So I dealt in a lot of different casinos. I've dealt in Russia, I've dealt in Scotland, I've dealt in the ships, I've dealt in San Diego. So working in a casino in Reno, for example, there's no communication. And again, this was a long time ago, but I went from being just a number in a commercial casino to my first experience in tribal gaming was at Sequan, which is in San Diego area. And I got the job and I was there for about 3 days and there were some major fires, which caused the casino to shut down for about a week. And I thought, oh, here we go, just started and here we go already. And without any fanfare or any publicity, the tribe made the decision to pay everybody in full. They opened up their employee dining room for 6 months for people in the neighborhood who were affected by the fire. They also very quietly and without any publicity paid millions of dollars to the surrounding neighbors just to be good neighbors to help them with the fire damage. And I thought, this is incredible. The spirit of generosity and the way they treat people like family. And I thought, this is for me. And I've never left tribal gaming since.
You experienced that here as well.
With tribal gaming?
Yes.
Oh, God, yes. Oh, absolutely. The generosity, so that, one of the things I love about Chinook Winds in particular is how the tribal council and the tribe allows us to be generous to our team members. I mean, the way we, the extra things that we give and how generous we are is because of the generosity of the tribe. And, that another thing that I love about working in tribal gaming is the philosophy of taking care of 7 generations. That forward thinking, which is very fundamental to a lot of tribes. And that resonates with me very, very much. Very, very much.
You like this. Yeah. I mean, it just exudes from you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm really privileged. And also, I'm Irish. My history is very similar to, the history of my people is very similar to the history of, the people I'm working for now. And I understand the levity and how important this position is because of what this facility does for the tribe. And I love the fact that we're working for people, really for people and not just profits and, for a corporation. And that really resonates with me.
Read something that Heather hadn't said in a press release about you learning the names of every employee here at Chinook Winds. That's rather formidable.
It is very, very formidable. We have almost 700 team members here. So I've asked everybody to be very patient with me, but that's something that I think is important because I did every job in a hotel. I worked in hotels in Germany as well. I've washed dishes. I've cleaned rooms. I've worked the bar, and I remember what that feels like. And everybody who's an executive member, management has to remember what that feels like. So for me, having genuine connections with the team member is another huge part of my job that I love.
Spent a lot of time on the floor?
Yes. Well, not as much as I want to because I'm so busy. I have so many meetings every day, but I definitely want to make it a priority to walk at least twice a day. So, and that includes back of house because I remember one of my
back of house is
the kitchens and the folks who work behind the scenes. One of my first days I was here, I was with the food and beverage director, and I said, "Bring me into the kitchen." So I went in and I was shaking the hands of the people in the kitchen, and one of the guys said, "Oh, we'll never see you again." I said, "Oh." Careful what you wish for.
Surprise, surprise.
Made it a point to go, but I do anyway. So, I try and, go and meet everybody in each of the departments. So I think it's important.
I haven't been into the River Room since last weekend. I do enjoy the food here at Chinook Winds.
Oh, it's excellent. It's very, very good. It's very, very good. Oh, and so that's kind of interesting. Speaking of food and, where we are on the Oregon coast, when we went to the leadership conference a couple of weeks ago, our speaker said, and this is an interesting fact, he goes, of all of the seafood that is caught off the Oregon coast, only 10% is used in Oregon. So, that's something that I would love to kind of focus on, speaking about where we're sourcing our food. Talk about farm to well, sea to table. I think things like that are very important. But we have excellent food here.
The employee is critically important to the operation of a casino, especially Chinook Winds, because it means so much to us that come in as guests, if you will. Anything down the road that you see facility-wise that Samantha McDonald would like to begin to work on?
I do. But at this point, I'm not really going to share until we really discuss. But yeah, I mean, where we're positioned, we are in such a beautiful part of the world. And on the west coast of this country, there are 2 casinos which are on the beach, Quinault Beach in Washington and here. And, I think capitalizing as far as where our location is, you cannot, there's no enough money to replicate what we have here. So, I'd like to really kind of use the environment a little bit more with our casino. So that's kind of a big vision that I have for the future. But again, that's, to be discussed at a later date.
Going back to what you were talking about earlier about the casino in San Diego taking care of their employees, that happened here as well.
Oh, I know. So when I'm meeting all of the team members, the stories that so many of them have about incredible generosity from the tribe and what we're allowed to do here. Yeah, I know it definitely happened here. So I'm very proud to build on that legacy. So
Well, thanks to Dolores Pigsley and the rest of the council, and we can say welcome to Samantha McDonald.
thank you very much. I appreciate that.
We at La Roca are proud of our food, but don't take our word for it. Read the reviews. One person wrote, "The service was friendly and efficient." Another writes, "La Roca has become one of our favorites because it's authentic Mexican food."
If you're looking for great early garden fresh produce, it's Kenny's IGA in the Bay Area of Lincoln City. 4 generations of Morgans caring for your every grocery need. All of your favorite beverages, a full deli, meat, produce, and of course, groceries.
We may be young, but we are experienced. Hi, Adina Zeller here, and Zeller's restaurants are now a year old, but the experience in preparing and serving food goes way back generations. Zeller's Lincoln City and Rose Lodge. Come on in.
Jason Corso, welcome to Lincoln City.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Now, you are the new programs director for the Lincoln City Cultural Center. That's a big title. What's the job?
It is a big title. The job is, I just started about a week ago. So the job's still developing. We're still kind of working out the fine details of what it's going to entail. But a lot of it has to do with looking at the volunteers, managing our volunteer program. We have about 200 volunteers that come and help at the cultural.
200? Really?
Well, that's the whole list. The list of active volunteers is maybe a little bit smaller, but we have a total of about 200 people that have helped in the past that we look at and we talk to, and we try and get help when we have things that happen at the cultural center.
200 people, that's a lot of volunteers. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of money that you don't need to expend.
It is. We have different activities that happen. We have events throughout the year here. We have programs. We sponsor things like the Rotary, the Chamber of Commerce events here, but we also have different things. We have a Festival of Illusions happening in March, which is a full week of exciting things for kids that keep the kids busy during spring break, when there's kids that may not have a lot to do around Lincoln City, especially if it rains.
Really? I've heard that happens, Jason.
Once in a while here. Just in case. In the unlikely event of rain during spring break, there's a lot of indoor activities that happen during March. I think it's 23rd through 28th this year.
So you've got to be planning and forecasting several months in advance.
Exactly. That's Nikki Price is a genius at scheduling those things. And she's managed to put together an amazing lineup this year of a lot of like the people who have come here over the past years have like done an amazing job selling out crowds, filling up our auditorium with kids and families to enjoy like different things like magic tricks. There's a guy who blows bubbles, which may not sound that exciting, but he's blown some amazingly just phenomenal bubbles.
So if you've got a magic show, what kind of volunteer opportunities do I have for me?
Oh, so for the magic show and for all of our shows, we have drinks there, we have snacks there, we have to get people seated, ticket takers. We have beer and wine for the adults. And we just need a lot of volunteers to help with, getting people in the right seats and making sure people are fed and entertained.
So you can come in with little or no experience and find a job.
You could. A lot of our volunteers have been doing it for years and years. So they know exactly what they're doing, and they know how to facilitate our events.
Have you ever run a stop clock that you know how many hours of volunteer time is given to the cultural center in any given month, any given year?
Yeah, we tracked that last year.
Really?
But I don't have the number in front of me. Nikki does, and we can find it.
But it has got to be significant.
Yeah, it was in the hundreds, maybe thousands of hours.
Well, I would believe that because this building, it's a big building. There's a lot of space. There's a lot of activities going on.
Yeah. One of the biggest activities, the volunteers that are the most active are probably our art kit volunteers. So the art kits is a program that Krista Eddy runs. It puts together little packets of like educational, artistic things that kids can do. And it's all put together like 100% by volunteers. And there's a group of ladies who have done this volunteer work for the past years. I think I just heard we hit 25,000 art kits have been basically like given out to the local community over the last, I think, 4 years.
We had the opportunity to hear about the program at Kiwanis last Thursday, and the number of people that she gets in to volunteer, and the items that they can utilize from rolls, from toilet paper rolls on through. It's amazing.
It is amazing, and we could like run you by it and check it out after this. But yeah, and it's a group of, I think, probably 10 or 12 volunteers who come in every week, every Thursday, and they spend hours putting together all of these different little art kits. And then they're available in the cultural center. Kids can come in, parents can come in, pick them up, and take them home, and the kids can work on them at home.
And again, there is not the arts program within the schools because of budgets. This really does help supplement that, does it not?
It does, yeah.
You got to feel good about that.
Oh, every day.
I'd like that. Every day feel good about coming to your job to help to get people to volunteer.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, if somebody wants to volunteer, what do I do?
If you come to our website, there is a link on our website. If you go to the volunteers up on the top, there is basically our URL. Anybody can fill that out, and it'll go into our volunteer system. We'll vet the volunteers, and then we'll add you to our list.
That was going to be my last question. I do assume that if they're working with the kids, they have to be vetted quite extensively. Background checks.
Not for regular volunteer work, but depending on what you're doing, yeah, there would be a little more vetting.
Northwest Septic Service is your one-stop shop for all your septic needs.
Northwest Septic Service offers pumping, maintenance, repair, and inspections with one call, 541-994-6977.
Buying or selling a home? Northwest Septic Service can inspect your sewer line or an entire septic system.
Old or failing septic system? Northwest Septic Service can rejuvenate most drain fields, saving you thousands of dollars. 541-994-6977.
Serving Lincoln, Tillamook, and Yamhill counties, Northwest Septic Service. It's been wonderful listening to these brand new voices coming to the Oregon coast and bringing a brand new perspective to their positions at the casino, the community college, and the cultural center.
Yeah, a lot of big roles being filled, coming on board. Of course, leading the casino again, like you mentioned, and the community college, and then a big role in the cultural center there as well.
I love it. Some of the other activities in and around Lincoln City, we got hospitality training. This isn't a lot of fun, but this is something that's critically important. Sponsored by Chapel by the Sea. It is commercial sex trafficking. It is a program that the church is sponsoring February 12th and 13th at Chapel by the Sea Presbyterian Church, 2150 Southeast Lee. Dynamics of sex trafficking, signs of someone being trafficked, steps to take if you believe somebody is being trafficked at your location, and how to prevent sex trafficking at your location. I mean, it's deep material and revolting, but it's something we need to pay attention to, Paul.
Well, yeah, our community is, a tourist town, and people come and move through the area, and if people can have watchful eyes and the like, then that's just all the better.
Speaking of watchful eyes, Lincoln City Council will meet on Monday, February 10th at 6 o'clock. On the 19th, we've got Parks and Rec. On Monday, February 24th, the second City Council meeting of the month as well. And we've got an anniversary upcoming. The Lincoln City Glass Center is celebrating our 20th anniversary. And the goal this time around, Kelly Howard anticipates blowing a glass float larger than the big one that she blew.
I remember that one, yeah.
5-6 years ago, whatever that was. I see the picture of the one that she blew before. This is, again, coming up. Don't miss it, February 22nd, 5 to 7 p.m., 4821 Southwest Highway 101. The Glass Center here in Lincoln City. A beautiful place to go. And stand outside and watch what's going on inside.
It's fun. Yeah, I stop by there, at least a couple times a month. I feel like I'm, pedaling past and go in and just check out stuff for what's happening there at the Glass Center.
Speaking of checking out stuff, this is one that really ties into you, the Cascade Head Biosphere Collaborative presenting another event. Tell us about that, Paul.
Yeah, actually, we got two events. The first one's going to be on Saturday, February 15th. It's called Biosphere Day at the Library, and it's from 1 to 4. And folks are, welcome to come in, learn a little bit about Cascade Head Biosphere Reserve, what it means to you, and things about how to enjoy it. And then the other event there is February 20th. So that's on a Thursday, and it's from 6 to 7:30 upstairs in the Pelican Brewing on Siletz Bay. And what we're talking about here is everything you ever wanted to know about marine mammals. So that big megafauna like the gray whale, or some of the sea lions that live out, or even the Pacific white-sided dolphin and orcas and the like. So come learn about marine mammals on February 20th from 6 to 7:30. Register online for that event, cascadehead.org, so that we make sure we have room for you.
And you have limited seating, correct?
Yeah, it's limited about 40 folks up there, and we do fill up. So just go on to cascadehead.org and click on the events page, and you'll find a link to the Marine Mammals event there again on Siletz Bay.
And finally, Nearly Dan. Not Steely Dan, but Nearly Dan is coming to the Cultural Center, being presented by David and Susan Gomberg. Thank you, Representative Gomberg. On Friday, February 28th, the reserved seating tickets on sale right now. The tickets are $25 at the Lincoln City Cultural Center. Anything else on your side of the table?
I think we're clear from here.
That'll do it to the doings on the Double R Show. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share so you, your family, and friends around the world and across the street can join us on the Double R Show. For Paul, Jenna, I'm Double R. Have a happy day.
You've been listening to The Double R Show. Join Roger and Paul Robertson as they explore everything about North Lincoln County. The Double R Show, produced by Always Productions and hosted by Roger Robertson. Have a story? Email contact@alwaysproductions.com or call 458-201-3039. For The Double R Show, I'm Jana Grawn.